from the Skills Room here, and welcome to the first episode, or bonus episode of Off Script. So you're probably wondering, you're going, Cookie, you're on your own. How can you do a podcast by yourself? Well, I'm on my own because my mate Darren is currently, his partner's just had a child, he just had a baby girl, and he's looking after that. So I thought, you know what, I'll do the first one, give him a bit of time, and then he can jump in on the second one, and we can call that the first episode. And this can be like a little bonus episode just to get us going. So that's what this is going to be. And this is going to be basically me reacting on the Frank Lampard sacking, and what I think went wrong, basically my views on the Frank Lampard sacking. So that's what this is going to be about. I'm also going to announce the giveaway at the end of the podcast, so you guys can get involved with that as well. So we're going to get straight onto it. Now, I've sourced out some questions. I'm not going to lie, it's not easy doing it by yourself, but I've sourced out some questions that I'm going to ask myself and answer by myself on the Frank Lampard sacking. So the first one, am I surprised Lampard was sacked? So in short terms, no, I'm not surprised, because it's Chelsea and they're relentless. They love success. They want success straight away, and they'll sack any manager that gets in the way if they don't get success quickly. And obviously Lampard isn't doing great at the moment in this. Wasn't doing great in this season, so he was seen as not being successful. So Chelsea, they just get rid. Am I surprised they've sacked him this season? Yes, I am surprised they've sacked him this season, because it's a COVID season. A lot of things are different. There's no fans. Football is completely different this year. I mean, you look at West Ham and Aston Villa and Everton, they're all up there, whereas in normal season, they probably wouldn't be. And there's been, I think, 4 or 5 different leaders of the league. So it's completely different to any other season. So am I surprised? Yes, I am surprised, but I'm not surprised because it's Chelsea and they sack people willy-nilly if they don't get success. So, yeah. Do I think Lampard should have been sacked? No. I think he should have been given a lot more time. He's got some amazing players. I just don't think it clicked for him. Havertz obviously wasn't playing at his best, probably still isn't, even though it's only been one game under Tuchel. Werner is not at the back of the net. I've looked at some chances that Werner's had. If he'd have bagged some of the goals, man, he's had loads of chances. If he'd have bagged just a few of them, it's a whole different ball game, and he scored a few more goals. So you look at it that way, you're like, he could have scored a few more. Havertz, again, you look at him and you're thinking, he's not performed. But Chelsea did exactly the same thing to De Bruyne when he was in that position at Chelsea. Young 21-year-old under Mourinho, everyone was like, he might make it. He's not quite good enough. Mourinho was like, no, don't like him. So he got rid of him, and now look at him. So he's probably the best midfielder in the world. That's a statement, by the way. If you believe in that, if you think that's true, drop us down a comment below. Let us know. Is that true? Is Kevin De Bruyne the best midfielder in the world? But yeah, back to should Lampard been sacked? No, I think he's the best manager that Chelsea have had for a long time, other than Mourinho. I think Mourinho is clearly the best manager probably we've ever had. Again, another argument, sparking arguments. I think he's probably the best manager we've ever had. Probably won the most trophies for us, probably has. But yeah, he was instant success, which is what Abramovich wants. Lampard, I love how he's bringing in youth players. The England system in Mason Mount, I think he's been the best player this season. I think he will continue to be the best player this season. Hudson-Odoi, another player. Watched the game against Wolves last night. I think he did really well. Great defensively, and he's showing that he can do it defensively as well, which is something you need to do to be a good player. So I think he was good. So he's given that youth the chance. Tomori, perfect example last year. So I think he's given that. So do I think he should have been sacked? No, I'd love to have seen him get longer and given that little bit more of a benefit of the doubt. Maybe just because of who he is within the club, being a legend of the club. maybe getting that a little bit more of a chance than other managers. Yeah, I think he should have been given that. Do I think he was successful at Chelsea? Well, that's a tough one. Yeah, I do think he was successful because the job that he did last season, I'm going last season now. This season's obviously not gone the way he wanted it to go, but again, it's COVID, it's crazy. But yeah, I do think he's successful because the amount of youth players that he played in that team last year and still managed to get the top 4, I think he's got to be successful. I think he's got to see that as a success in his first job in management at a big club. Frank Lampard, you can quote me on this later on. This is not going to be his only job at a big club. He'll get another job at a big club. He's good enough to manage the players. This is not the end of Frank Lampard's managerial career. It will help him. It will make him better. And yeah, I really do hope that he comes back and maybe gives it another go at Chelsea in 5 or 10 years. Something attached to that. Should he have taken the dream job of Chelsea? Why not? If you were offered your dream job, you would take it. I coach young footballers. If you said to them, young footballers, you're going to be a professional footballer, but he's a Liverpool supporter, but you're going to play for Everton, should snap your hand off. That's a professional footballer. You've got to take any opportunity like that comes. So I think, I don't think he should have turned down the job. I think he was the best manager for the job at the time. Don't think anybody else could have done it better. So I think he was the best manager to do that job because he'd proven it at Derby that he could do it with the young players. Definitely think don't think he should have. I do think he should have taken that dream job. What do I think of Thomas Tuchel? Oh, that's a good question. I think he's a good manager. I've not seen much of him, but what I've done some research over the last couple of days, I think he's very much like a Pep and a Bielsa. He's a studier of the game. He loves that technical analysis side. He loves people working hard for him. I do think that's what hindered Frank Lampard at the end. Don't think Chelsea have been working hard the last couple of weeks. That's not to say that they've got him the sack, but I do think they've maybe down tools a little bit or just not been playing to the best. Maybe that's because of the time of year we're at, the amount of games they're having. But yeah, I do think that, yeah. So I think Thomas Tuchel, if he'd have come in there after any other managers, it's a little bit like Man United and Alex Ferguson. As soon as David Moyes come in, you look at him and you look at you look at Sir Alex Ferguson and you've looked, oh yeah, he's done so well. And people will do the same here. People are not understanding Thomas Tuchel is a great manager. He's a great manager to bring in. But because he's come in straight after Lampard, and Lampard's a legend of the club, it's seen as, Tom. I think if there was crowds at Stamford Bridge, you might get a little bit of a hostile atmosphere. So, yeah, I think Thomas Tuchel's a great manager. I think he'll do really, really well. Where will Chelsea finish this season? Top 4. They've got to hope for top 4. I think they'll get it. I think Man City will win the league. Man United maybe 2nd. Tottenham 3rd. Chelsea 4th. Don't think Liverpool will be in the top 4. In the form they're on at the minute, can't see it. They might just sneak in ahead of Spurs, actually. I think we're better than Spurs with the players we've got. So I'm not just saying that because I'm a Chelsea fan. People will be like, no, he's a Chelsea fan. He loves Chelsea, hates Spurs. That is right, but I do just think we've got that a little bit more than Spurs. I think we'll finish top 4. Definitely got the players to do it. I am hoping kind of that Tuchel brings somebody in before the window shuts. Hope that he brings in another player just to rubber stamp his philosophy down, the way he likes to play. Bring a player in that's good at his way of playing. I don't think Abramovich would argue against him bringing somebody in because I think he'd be like, oh yeah, you've inherited that team. We might add it to make it more your team. So maybe, hopefully. And the last question here. Will Frank Lampard remain a legend of the club? Yes, definitely. Frank Lampard, what he's done as a manager, he could have lost 6 games in a row, 7-0, and then got sacked straight away, and he would still be a legend of Chelsea Football Club. The amount he's done for Chelsea, top goal scorer from midfield, is outrageous. Absolute Techersville. That is unbelievable to be top scorer at the club through midfield. That's just, absolutely unbelievable. So, yeah, I do think he'll still remain a legend. I think he's a legend. Like I said, I think he should have been given more time. I don't think it was right to sack him, but he'll still be a legend of the club, and I think he'll be welcomed back with open arms at any time. When fans come back and stuff like that, I think he'll be open back in open arms. Come on, Frank Lampard, in you come, son. In you come, son. Come and watch the games. And I think he will. He's not going to be against the club. Man, it's the first time that Roman Abramovich has ever come out and said, I don't really think, I feel a bit sorry for Frank now. He's never said that before. He's had Mourinho twice and he's binned him off twice. So I think that he's, that's nice to come out and say, it was a hard decision, because it would have been a hard decision, because Frank Lampard is such a club legend. It'd have been hard, but I think Frank Lampard will still stay as a legend in the club. The fans will love him more for it. Maybe 10 years' time, when he's been out a couple more clubs, got a bit more experience, and we're not in COVID times. Maybe we'll still be in COVID times in 10 years' time. Positivity, Cookie, that's what we're looking for. He might come back in 10 years' time and go, I want to have another go at the job. And I think he will be given another chance. Don't think this is one and only time, like I said, at a big club and therefore at Chelsea. I think he'll get another chance, another stab at it. So, yeah, looking forward to that in the future. But yeah, let us know, guys. What do you think? Was Chelsea right to sack Lampard? Do you think Thomas Tuchel is the man to take them forward? Do you think they can win the league? It's another question. Do you think they can win the league this year? Abramovich wants the league. Now that is absolute, that is obscene thinking, that they think they can win the league this year. I don't think they win the absolute Bop City, Manchester City, and get Guardiola and Pep Guardiola. I think they've got that covered. To be fair, they were unbelievable against West Brom. I know you're probably saying, Cook, it's West Brom, the bottom of the league, or nearly bottom of the league. That was a class performance from them. By the way, Chelsea, absolute pass masters against Wolves. Get the ball off as if you can, Wolves. Come on, come and get it. If we won on passes, mate, I think that's third in the all-time amount of passes, behind the two Man City, behind Pep. Absolute TT, Thomas Tuchel. It's Pep in disguise. He's a young Pep. I love Pep. So yeah, like I'm saying, I think it's exciting times coming forward for a Chelsea fan. I don't think many fans are looking at it to be exciting, because I think they're still mourning Frank Lampard sacking, but I think it will be an exciting time for a Chelsea fan. I'm looking forward to the Thomas Tuchel era. It's a brand of clothing era. I'm looking forward to the TT era. And if we score last minute every game, you know what I'm going to say? Absolute TT time. Tuchel time. Tuchel time. There you go. Get it printed on the shirts now. Absolute Tuchel time. I'm looking forward to it. But there you go, guys. That's been my reaction to the sacking of Frank Lampard. Like I said, I love Frank Lampard. Absolute legend at the club. I think he should still be in the job. I think he should have got more time. He would have probably got top 4. Probably wouldn't have won the league, I don't think, this year, because I don't think they've got a good enough squad to win the league. But I think they have for top 4. So you've definitely got top 4. Yeah, I think he should have been given a little bit more time to watch them click. Maybe would have started bopping it about like we did last night with some goals on the Lampard, maybe. Or maybe it's the TT effect. I don't know. Yeah, so that's been my reaction to there. Now, very important part of the channel there. I said I was going to do this before Christmas, so I thought, you know what, I add it on to the end of this podcast. I'm going to do a giveaway right now. The boom, 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 boom. The line's open for the giveaway right now. Are you ready to enter? You should be. Oh, you are. Okay, so the giveaway on my channel is going to be, you have to record yourself doing a skill and send it to me via Instagram or Facebook or on email to enter. That's all you have to do. You also have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram if you have Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, that's not a necessary. You don't need to follow us on Instagram. Just that's where the most of my updates happen on Instagram. So yeah, if you want to keep up to date, go follow us on Instagram. But you must be subscribed to the YouTube channel and you must send us a video of you doing your favourite skill. This is for your chance to win any, and I mean any, home or away shirt for any team. So that could be Barcelona, it could be Chelsea, it could be Man United, Man City, home or away shirt. Any home or away shirt from your chosen team. That is the main prize. That is the main giveaway I'm doing. Do you know what? I might even throw a name on the back if you want a name on the back. Like this video if you want, or like this podcast if you want the name on the back to be added to it, and we'll make that happen as well. Entries must be with us by 26th of Feb, which is the last Friday in February. So you've got a month or so to enter, and then the winner will be announced after that date. So yeah, really, really juicy. I like that. I might even enter myself. Can I enter myself? Can I enter? I hope I can, because I want to enter that, because that's a great giveaway. Yeah, so like I said, any home or away shirt, that can be any team, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Galatasaray, Fenerbahce. You can get an Ozil Fenerbahce shirt. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of Ozil. so yeah, plenty of things. Plenty of options for you there. So yeah, but you must do a video of you doing a skill and be subscribed to the YouTube channel. All right, we've got a target for the YouTube channel that we're trying to hit. So all the support that you can give on that is greatly appreciated. Remember, if you want to listen to this podcast back, it'll be on Anchor. Why am I saying that? Because if you're hearing this, you're listening to it. God damn it. Yeah, so if you want to listen to this back, it's on Spotify, on Anchor, and on Apple Music, I think, and all them Google podcasts and all that. There'll be a link, there'll be a description in both the YouTube video and the thing. If you want to see my sparkling face, you can. This video will be on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch the video back, watch me here in my Boston United shirt with the Chelsea shirts behind me, you can do that. But if you just want to listen, it'll be on Spotify and Anchor as well. So thank you guys for listening to the first podcast. Like I said, this is like 0 point podcast. This is like a bonus podcast because I want the first podcast to be with me and Daz. But I thought, you know what? Seeing as though I might as well put one out there just to give you guys. Stay nice and positive, guys. Let us know how you're getting on through lockdown. Let us know what you're getting up to. It's really important to stay positive, keep fit, keep active. I'm doing loads of bike rides and stuff and just going outside. Just stay nice and positive. Please do stay nice and positive. Quote of the podcast. So I'm going to kick us off with a quote of the podcast. Darren's going to give us one in the first episode. So my quote of the podcast is, don't practice until you can get something right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. So that means, don't stop learning, don't stop practicing. In this time, it's a blessing in disguise for us footballers, this lockdown period. I know we can't play football. We can still brush up on fitness and ball mastery and skills. You can still brush up on that kind of stuff. So there's plenty of stuff for us to be doing. And we've got to have that positive mindset that we need to be a footballer, to keep going and keep practicing. And hopefully you guys are doing that. Hopefully you're getting the ball at your feet whenever you can, out in the garden, on the streets, obviously within the social distancing thing. And hopefully you're getting the ball at your feet as much as you can, and getting nice and fit and active and staying communicating with everybody. But there you go, guys. That has been the first podcast, like the little bonus one about the Lampard sacking. hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, make sure you share it with your friends so they can have a listen or watch in HD. Whoop, whoop. Can have a watch and a listen as well. And remember, guys, if you want to be one smart cookie, tune in again soon. Goodbye.